Hello.
Hello, Ben, you dirty dog.
Hello. He's.
I've managed to get on the roof
Well,
at long last.
yeah, I did that ages ago. I'm just going to check and see if
I
I'm
know, that's why
recording.
I said at long
I am
last.
recording.
So crying out loud, boy.
Come on, you ninny, let's go.
Where are we going?
This away. But,
This away, that away. My name's not Hadaway.
yes, welcome to New England. We're in Bernie
We're
Sanders
in very
country.
old England.
It's Bernie Sanders country. Sort of.
Oh, do you think we'll find him?
No. He's too busy fighting for the little guy in Washington, D.C. And also supporting Israel, which is not great.
We'll get that little guy. That'll teach him. Oh, wait, hang on. You said fighting for the little. Yeah, never mind. Oh, boy. That's a nice segue into a very serious topic that's come up this week.
Already?
Do you not want to start?
Well, we usually sort of make a little bit of small talk. How are you for the purpose of the tape?
Oh, I'm terrible, Ben. I'm terrible. I've got a rash that a doctor won't look at.
That's not what
I've
you
got
said
a back.
earlier.
I've got a back that don't work, and my legs are falling off.
Well, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
I'm fine. How are you?
I said it.
I was asking. You just.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You
There's
scared the
a
fox
thing, a
off.
thing, a thing, a thing, a thing, a thing. It's gone. Okay.
You scared it off with your bullshit.
Yeah. Go on then. What terrible thing happened?
Well, I haven't actually got a American politics one unless you want to go into being for multiple races.
Oh, I thought. I'm not going to say that because that's a horrible thing to say. So I won't say it. Walk in the woods.
If it's about me, you can say it.
It wasn't about you. It wasn't
You
even
probably said worse on here.
it wasn't even a joke. I just realised it sounded horrible.
Oh, okay.
So I won't do that.
But no, I don't actually have an American politics one.
I do.
Oh, go on then. Let's get on with it.
You know that Trump guy?
I've heard of him.
You know he had the
Unfortunately.
bandage around his ear?
Yeah.
And there's been some speculation that he wasn't actually shot in the ear.
Well, yeah, because I've seen a picture of him
Yeah, it
having
looks fucking
done
fine.
something on a TV show.
Well, the implication is, and this was something I heard floated at the time, was that it was shrapnel that hit him. Maybe glass or something. And that looks to be the case. Because that ear looks pretty fine. I mean, he's got a little bit of a scar, I saw, but that looks like the sort of thing you might get from a piece of glass flying at you.
See, I considered very briefly, and I didn't say anything to you about it. I considered very briefly, but perhaps it wasn't Trump the guy was trying to kill, but it was in fact the guy that he killed that he was trying to kill.
Go a bear hunt.
Because you'd never get the motive for that, would you?
True.
The assumption would be that they'd be trying to find connections as to why he tried to kill Trump, not why he tried to kill that firefighter bloke that he killed.
I mean, it's a hell of a long way around, isn't it? I mean, you could.
It is, but I mean, you
just
go down in history for killing someone. For trying to kill someone you weren't actually trying to
corner
kill.
him in a parking lot and shoot him in the head. You wouldn't. I like it. It's a good idea for a shit murder mystery. You know, if you don't think about it too hard, I like the angle there. It's like,
Yeah, obviously, it's not going to be the case, is it?
yeah.
But
No.
it would be interesting if it was.
Did you hear what Trump said about the guy who died?
No, I didn't catch
Well,
it.
he was quite nice and all, you know, in his way. One of the things he said was that something like his wife wishes he hadn't died or something like that,
Okay.
or would do anything to have him back. And he joked that a lot of wives wouldn't say that about their husbands.
I mean, I suppose that is true.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Probably the truest thing he said all week.
Oh, true, maybe ever.
Apart
Apart from when he said he could
he did
shoot a guy in Central Park or whatever, or Times Square, and wouldn't lose a single vote. That was true.
And that time where he pointed Kevin McAllister towards the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Which, he did. And he got there, didn't he? So, we can't knock him for that one.
I like, I think maybe it was The Onion when he was impeached or something. Every time he did something significant and terrible as president, they said former Home Alone star Donald Trump. attempts insurrection or something.
Brilliant. It's not a lie. But
No,
at
it's
that
not.
point, is it? Have they actually? Have they segued into actual proper news now?
Well, not really. I mean, they.
Because you know, it must be quite hard for them to come up with shit when the reality's.
Oh, everybody says. I sort of hate that line that oh, satire is impossible now because things are so crazy.
I didn't say impossible. I
I
said more
know.
difficult.
I never said you did.
I'm just clarifying. If,
Okay.
like, I'm not one of those people that you need to be annoyed with.
All right. But I think.
Okay.
I think.
Enough of that anyway.
I think
You
that.
slay our dog.
I think that. What was I saying? Yeah, I think.
Satire, onion, politics.
Yeah, you can still do it. You know, that's about as
Okay.
deep as that goes.
Well, I don't know. I've just realised three of my topics this week were about criminal matters.
Well,
Actually, I think one of them's on your list.
it may or may not be. I deliberately didn't put one of them on there because I figured you'd either bring it up or wouldn't want to talk about it given the subject matter.
No, that one's on my list.
Okay. Who is it?
Well, you know who it is. Do you want to do it now, or do you want to wait?
I don't
Have
mind.
you got more on American politics?
No, not a
Okay,
thing.
well-
It's been a weird. I mean, apart from Kamala, Kamala.
I don't know.
Apart from
Vice President Harris.
Vice President Harris apparently gaining a steady lead over Trump, which is nice, but I ain't holding out hope for fucking ever.
It's a long time till November.
It is. Yeah, there's not much happening. I wonder who she's going to choose as her VP.
Well, as long as it's not someone who's fucked a couch, we should be all right.
Do you want to talk about that? Because that's one of my topics.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I meant to write that down and I forgot.
How much do you know about that?
Okay, so my understanding is that JD Vance has been chosen as Trump's running mate in this upcoming election.
Yeah.
Someone falsely tweeted that he had fucked a couch. An article went out saying no, he hasn't fucked a couch, and then that article was retracted saying that although the original claim was false, they cannot definitively prove that he hasn't fucked a couch. That's my understanding of the situation.
Essentially, yeah. It was alleged this was something that he mentioned in his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Yeah, I mean that's a large part of what I've got on the matter, to be honest.
I mean, it is funny, isn't it?
It
I
is.
assume you've seen the memes about it.
Well, I've seen a few. Something about sleeping on the couch. His wife probably avoids asking him to sleep on the couch.
I've seen there's that really famous pornographic image that doesn't actually have porn, but it's the 5 large men that are all of African American appearance, and the small white girl.
Yeah.
And I sat on a couch. I saw one where they had photoshopped his face onto all the men and removed the woman. So just it tickled me. So yeah, it's the first one I saw, and it stuck with me, that one.
Well, I did see something like it was like a casting couch meme.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a picture of the couch in the room, and the caption was that's as far as JD Vance ever gets in the video. Which I thought was amazing.
I never really understood the whole casting couch thing, but
it's always weird. I don't like stuff like that. This whole thing reminds me of the David Cameron pig fucker thing.
Yeah.
Because that was a lie. That never happened.
Was it?
Yeah, no, that was a total lie. That was made up by somebody. I think it was like a Tory peer who had like petitioned for this job, and David Cameron had turned him down. So he wrote this memoir and used it as a way to say, fuck you to somebody who refused to give him a job, and everybody sort of leaned into it because it's just a fun idea.
Well, it seems like the kind of shit that they're doing, bullying and
all. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, it was true. It would be like the least worst thing he did. I mean, legalizing gay marriage is probably the least worst thing he did, or the best thing he did, even.
It's a fucking rabbit there, and I can't hit it, even though I've fucking shot it straight in the fucking face. Not only that, but it isn't. It's only just now ran away, even though I shot 3 times. Very weird. But no, couch fucker Vance, or may not be alleged couch fucker.
Almost certainly didn't, but fuck it, why not?
Fuck it, he did.
Which is basically my attitude to the David Cameron thing as well. I know it's not true. I'm going to run with this because it's fun.
Well, you know it didn't happen in the circumstances that we were told about it. You just don't know. You don't know for sure that it didn't happen.
Maybe he tried it after the fact. You know, people kept saying it, and he thought, you know what? Maybe it's just because I've heard it so often, but that's starting to grow on me. Maybe
Who did it first, David Cameron or Black Mirror?
Maybe there's something to this.
I have to assume that's where the idea for Black Mirror came from.
No.
Not the idea for the other form, but
no.
It's the other way around, is it?
Black Mirror, that episode of Black Mirror preceded the David Cameron.
Okay.
It came out before, and there was a lot of talk on Twitter after the David Cameron thing came out that Black Mirror had predicted it, and Charlie Brooker had to, well, he tweeted saying, I promise you, this is a complete coincidence. This is as weird to me as it is to you. That's a really harrowing episode. I don't like Black Mirror much, but that's the one thing that stays in my mind.
One of the blokes in it, you know, the kidnapper bloke?
No.
Well, you wouldn't, because he's not even attributed.
Well, I saw the episode when it came out. But
he's from Croydon.
Is he?
Yeah, he used to live fairly close to one of the lads, a few doors down from one of the lads. And it turns out it's him.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but it sort of segues into it was this. There's been an attack on the Republicans that are sort of stuck recently. I can't remember the guy's name, but one of Kamala Harris's potential running mates was on the news, CNN or whatever, and just said, basically said these are really weird people we're up against, like really weird people, and for some reason it seems to have stuck. I say for some reason, the obvious reason, but it does seem to have stuck. Yeah, it does seem to have stuck as an attack, and apparently they're quite annoyed by it. You know, because they are
weird. Is it such a vague comment that you can make what you want out of it?
I know, but they are fucking weird. They are weird.
I don't disagree.
People.
I don't disagree with it at all. I'm just saying it's such a vague comment.
I know.
That you can project your own ideas of weird onto it.
And you know, as much as I disagree with Michelle Obama's when they go low, we go high, I think in this election it's probably worth doing. You know, you want to project a statesmanly or stateswomanly presence. Stately, thank you. Presence in comparison with Trump. You know, you can either vote for this fucking deranged arsehole who can hardly string a fucking sentence together and his mad followers, or you can vote for a proper politician. What do you want?
Well,
you know,
I'm going to level with you.
Yeah.
My pizza tonight was a bit spicy, and I'm thinking I might have a deranged arsehole in the morning.
Yeah, you wish. Oh, that's not okay. Sorry. I thought that's how you paid.
I can feel my tummy turning.
Well, that's how you paid for your pizza.
No, God no. That would be creamy. Anyway.
Oh.
You caused that.
Oh, I didn't.
It's all fine when I might have the shits, but the minute someone might come up there, it's a problem.
Jeez Louise.
Honestly. Right, so yeah, you got a choice, Ben. We can either do the Formula One thing, or we can do the BBC Newsreader thing.
Well, if it's the Formula One thing, I'm literally just going to be sitting there going, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, do you want to get it done and out of the way, or do you want to move on?
Let's say Formula One for yours, because at least then I can look at Reddit. You know.
Oh, fair enough. You might actually find this interesting, but fine.
I do listen to you when you talk about that stuff. A lot of it doesn't go in.
But you might actually find it interesting.
Okay.
This time, it's one of a few times where you might find it interesting. But fine, we'll save it for my video.
Okay.
So, I assume you've heard the news about the formerly beloved, now disgraced BBC news presenter.
It's a bad day for fans of the Queen's death.
It is.
And numerous other...
She's coming back to life.
Yeah, the bitch is back. allegedly.
Good God.
Sorry. I'm
No,
sorry. She
Huw
probably
Edwards.
was deeply unpleasant.
Well, oh, it's right over there.
I don't think the Queen was a good person. There I said. Oh,
You
it's a
don't need
deer.
to. I've shot it already.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
leave now.
go on, Huw Edwards.
Huw Edwards has been charged and has pleaded guilty to creating indecent images of children,
Yeah.
which should be a surprise.
Well, it is. Well, it was to me. I mean, my
Yeah, I mean, initially it was, but then it was like, well, actually, the bit of it that wasn't a surprise is that he's pled guilty. Because
my
the thing is, the rules around creating an image. Oh, I play out really quickly. The rules around creating an image are actually quite strange.
broad, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I discovered when I looked at Reddit. My
How the fuck have I got that in one shot and it's got a trophy rating of 0?
where'd you shoot it?
Flesh intestines.
You, it was a flesh wound, I guess, as part of it. I don't know.
Well, you're always going to get it in the flesh if you hit it.
Plus, just the size of the animal. You know, the animal's statistics are going to come into play.
Oh,
Yeah, when I saw this story, I thought, okay, this relates to that guy he was talking to, who I think was 17, and because the laws around, pornography are different than the laws around
yeah,
consent, 18 and under, it's illegal.
yeah.
Um,
But then that's not what the information that we've heard since
no.
said.
So
It's
from
they
what,
definitely said worse.
yeah, from what I gather, oh fuck, god damn it.
What? We both shot.
Yeah, but I think we both shot the same animal. I was lining up.
I would lined it up. What it is, it just means we both get experience from it.
Oh, not necessarily. I thought you were gonna. There were like 5 of them. We could have taken our time with this.
I could only see 2, and one of them was running away.
Okay. Mm.
Oh, I don't think that's the one I hit.
Oh, I don't bloody know. Probably is.
Oh, what
Yeah,
happened?
you did 80. I got 21.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought mine had run off.
Well,
Yeah, so it turns out that the people involved were a bit younger.
yes, yeah, much younger. From what I gather, he was talking to a guy on the internet, and they were talking about their various interests, and the guy sent him this image.
Various images. There was like 40 odd.
Oh Christ! What? All in one go or across the?
Apparently there were like 300 odd pictures, and 40 odd of them are indecent of children.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Is for that, but the thing is, it's a very complicated situation because he's pleaded guilty. So as far as we're all concerned, it should actually be an open shut case here, right? But there's a certain nuance to the way that the law is written. If someone were to send you pictures without your consent, you would technically be breaking the law.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Because you are in possession, and as far as because there is a copy of it now on your device or on your account or whatever, you have created that image, but you haven't really created that image, and you're not even an active party in it. I should like to think that if you were to then report this person as having sent this stuff and say, look, this has happened, I had nothing to do with it, but I'd like to think they wouldn't charge you.
Well, I fucking hope not. Jesus.
You'd hope not. But it's one of those things where, technically speaking, the way the law's written and the way the law's interpreted, you've broken the law. And I was sort of hopeful that was what the case was when it was announced. Because me and Valance were talking about it. And I said, well, the laws... Because this is something that I found out about when it was going on with Dad, right? And, I mean, I was saying to him, look, the law's a bit weird. You don't actually have to have actually taken the pictures to be classed as making these pictures. Because it's weird like that. I think going onto a website where they're where they're available counts in some cases. It's just a ridiculous fucking thing. So I was sort of hoping that was the case, but it turns out that there's about 300 odd pictures. I think it was 400 odd pictures. 40 of them are illegal. But he did specifically say in the conversation, "Don't send me anything illegal." Now, whether that's a code word for sending me all the illegal shit or not, I don't know.
Yeah, this is just a way of covering. It's like the...
It's awkward, isn't it? Because
it's like the lipstick killer, the serial killer in the 40s, who famously wrote on the wall after killing one of his victims, "For heaven's sake, catch me before I kill again. I cannot stop myself." And the only reason why he did that was so that he could present that in court. Say, look, I could not help myself. I was fucking all sorts of fucked up. Can I shoot something, please?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, if you let me.
Well, I didn't fucking stop you.
Yeah, I know, but you shot this. Okay, next time I will say.
That thing was getting in the trees. I don't know if I hit the damn thing. My shooting at it didn't stop you from still firing a fucking shot,
I
did it?
know, but I just like a chance.
Well, fucking Garrett, you got the bear right at the start. Mate.
I did, but you got the deer and the other thing.
Oh, we both got the other thing.
Barely.
If I didn't hit this, then you can't get shitty with me about it.
I can't find
because
it.
fucking, it's not my fucking fault that you didn't fire the fucking trigger. You miss all the shots you don't take.
I did shoot at it.
What, this bird, this turkey?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, why the fuck are you bitching at me then?
Because
it was already airborne when I fired my
shot. Oh, for fuck's sake, will you just shut up?
It was already airborne when I fired my shot. How is it my fault that you didn't get it?
Alright, for fuck's sake, we take it in turns, because otherwise I've got someone walking behind me who's taking a shot at everything I'm trying to shoot.
Well, get good.
I am good. Because some fucking arsehole keeps shooting things.
Keep your arsehole out of this.
There's a turkey there.
What's that over there?
I leave it.
I'm just scoping it. I wouldn't be able to hit it anyway.
No, I don't think I will.
It's moving too fast.
Yeah, so anyway, this Huw Edwards thing.
Yeah, he's going to go down.
Is he going to do time?
For a while. I should think so. And then they'll have to make a point of not accidentally including him in any news footage.
Somebody made the point that this is a fucking nightmare for archivists and for future documentarians. You know? I mean, it'll probably be fine, in all honesty.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we still, you know, I mean...
They made a fucking TV drama about Jimmy Savile.
Yeah. I think I think it will be fine. What a bloody idiot!
He'll do time, and he'll do time because they have to make an example, right? This is a high-profile case. They'll make sure he does time.
Yeah.
It'll be, I don't know, like 3 years or something.
Out in 2.
1.5, really. Might get let out early under Labour plans for trying to ease prison overpopulation.
I doubt it. That would be a pretty easy stick to knock them about with, wouldn't it?
Well, again, it's one of those awkward things. It's because some people have strong positive feelings towards him, don't they?
Yeah, I'm fond of Huw Edwards. I thought he was a great... He was sort of the ideal newsreader. You know, like we said...
There's a thing near you.
Fucking, there's a rabbit that ran past.
Oh, it was your dog I was looking at. It looked like a deer from a distance and angle.
No,
I was as part of this conversation with lads, I was saying, look, he was sort of a face of a corporation that he is a national representative.
Well, yeah, because he was the ideal newsreader. I mean, he was conveyed a sense of friendliness, I guess, and homeliness. And was approachable, but also was professional and. You know, he's the sort of person you'd want to give you terrible news. You know?
Mm. So, I don't know. It's a depressing situation.
Yeah.
It didn't help my therapy on Monday. I'll tell you that much.
Did you have? Was it single therapy?
Group? No, it's still a group thing. But
right.
You know, I wasn't really in the mood for it after seeing all that.
No.
Because it's vaguely. I've had a bit of time to sort of,
Well, it's not nice, is it?
So.
Now, speaking of celebrities who've had inappropriate sexual stuff be alleged, we didn't talk. Well, we didn't talk about this when it came out. But are you familiar with the Neil Gaiman stuff?
What? Are there allegations about Neil Gaiman?
Yeah.
No, this is news to me.
Did you not know that? There's been there were a few that came out a while ago, and then some more have come out. And I was briefly reading an article about it, and it's really quite vicious stuff.
All over here is positive stuff about him.
Well, one of the main things, that's why it's become such a surprise and a blow to so many people. You know, I've never read his stuff, I've never engaged with his stuff, but from what I've seen, he seemed like a nice guy, but apparently he took advantage of a woman who was living on his property
Mm.
and basically said, "Look, you and your kids can stay here, but I'm going to need something in return." He was pretty physically violent towards allegedly someone when he was in his 20s.
Mm.
Um, he was
He
also
wrote an episode of Doctor Who that you probably haven't seen.
oh, the doctor. There's a deer over there, and I'd quite like to get it, please.
All right, get it then.
Uh,
I ain't stopping you.
is it the doctor's wife?
It is the Doctor's wife. Now, I thought it was a fairly mid episode, personally.
I don't know whether that killed it, but I hit it.
There's about 6 of them over there.
No.
No,
Yeah.
like I said, I hadn't heard. I've not actually read any of his stuff apart from Good Omens. I watched the Good Omens thing. But Good Omens isn't just him; it was him and Terry Pratchett, wasn't it? So,
Yeah.
and yeah, how I feel about Terry Pratchett. And I watched the first season of Sandman on Netflix.
Did I not hit it?
All right.
How did I not
Right.
fucking hit that?
Don't know. I didn't have it. That ain't on me.
I did hit it. Not well, mine, but I hit it.
Should let me have a pop. No, it's news. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, you want to look into it. It's quite aggressive stuff, and it paints a pretty unpleasant picture of the guy.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
It's always the one you least expect, apart from Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile is an outlier and should not be counted.
For what it's worth,
Thank God.
Gary Glitter got mentioned in yesterday's not zero punctuation, fully ramblomatic video.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a sort of an analogy for a non-spoilery analogy for things that for the plotline for Knights of the Old Republic.
All right.
Like if he was having flashbacks to his known behaviour when he heard snippets of Rock and Roll Part 2, perhaps you'd keep him away from glam rock. And just silly things like that. But yeah, no, I wasn't aware. There's actually 2 of us, famous people that are in legal issues at the moment. Are either of them on your list?
Oh, Alec Baldwin, is he in it? I haven't really thought
I think he
about
got away with. I think he got away with.
Well, there wasn't really much to go on. But
I wasn't
I probably will know, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Well, there's an arrest warrant out for Katie Price.
That's right, because she's bankrupt and she hasn't turned up to court. I did see that.
Yep. But back in October, and we talked about this at the time, she basically just said, "Fuck it, I don't care. Just lock me up and have done with it." Which is only going to help her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
As we know, it turns out you can record sex videos in prisons. What's that over there? Oh, there's 4 moose over there.
Hang on.
Let's get closer. Let's get closer, and then we can both have a look.
Daddy, chill. Jesus.
Don't call me that. Call me Mr. Daddy, thank you.
You're disgusting. No, Daddy is in the Sims video. Daddy, big bucks. What?
So anyway, oh yeah, that one. Yeah, sorry.
You forgot Daddy Big Bucks.
Well, I'm sorry. This video that only came out today, and also that was. I mean, you mentioned the Sims video, but that could have been any fucking.
Get down, get funky, get
it's
down.
Not time to get down yet.
You'll scare him off. Just be fucking careful.
I know I'm doing. I'll take the far one. You take the near one.
Okay, don't do it yet.
No, I still want to get closer myself. So no, yeah, she's in a bit of a spot of bother, but also, much less surprisingly, Tommy Robinson.
Oh yeah, was he arrested in a foreign Canada? Was it for being an immigrant? Something like that?
No, that's not what I'm aware of. I was aware that he was supposed to be in court on Monday, for a contempt of court case, and he has fled the country. He was briefly detained at the border, and then they let him go.
What an absolute piece of shit!
So he's in a spot of bother. If he comes to the country, he's going to get arrested, sort of situation. But I mean, that is exactly the sort of shit that I mean, he doesn't care, does he? He's never gonna care.
Oh, no, of
Why
course he's
anyone ever
not.
thought he would
He's a
care is
fucking
beyond
loud.
me. But
How close are you getting to these things?
well, I mean, you haven't said, "Oh, I'm about ready," so I'm just moving a bit further
Well, right.
forwards.
Which one are you
Are you
going for?
lining up? I said the far one. I'll go for the far one.
Okay.
Right,
So
on the
you're
count of
I'm
three.
going female, you're going male, is that it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, right.
3, 2, 1. I definitely hit mine.
I can't imagine I didn't hit mine.
I might have hit mine twice, but I definitely hit it at least once. Oh, my stomach is a bit
What did you
nervy.
what did you curry pizza did you say or spicy pizza?
It's just had a bit of spice to it. It's nothing overly spicy. But my stomach and spice don't always go together. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it ain't. Today it turns out it ain't. I'm not gonna get bitchy about it. Just I might need to vacate temporarily. But it's fine. I'll try and. Oh, that's a good old blood vial.
Is that yours or mine? One wonders.
I think it's mine because of where it is. I think yours was closer. Let me just go over here and see if there's any more over this way. Because I don't know. Well, they'd have ran off near each other, wouldn't they?
Certainly. I mean, there's my dog's got a blood trail over there.
Yeah. Well, I think I saw some running across the water. So let's go.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no,
there's
that's all
one. Has it got antlers? Is the question.
right. It looks like it. Oh no, I don't think it has actually.
No, I don't think it has, but we'll see.
It looks like an ear. The thing I was looking at.
Whoop.
No, it's not. It's not my one. It's your one.
Yeah, I got it in the lung. God, doesn't New England look kind of pretty? Yes, well done,
Yeah,
John
it's alright.
Nettles. Oh, what's Trucker Burl pissing on about?
I think I accidentally had the thingy open, the chat window open. Where was he going? Oh, he's over here. There's blood over here.
Mm.
75 to. Oh, it's only a very low. I doubt I did a major shot then. Probably didn't hit it twice. Yeah. I suppose contempt of court is probably one of the easiest things to actually end up getting
Yes.
charged with, isn't it?
It's like the old Mae West scene where she's in the courtroom and the judge says, "Are you trying to show contempt for this court?" And she says, "No, I'm trying to hide it."
Hmm.
And a clever woman, Mae West. There's a Mae West PBS documentary I quite like to watch because she really doesn't get enough credit these days. She was a writer and a producer as well as an actress and a comedian, and she pushed against censorship. She went to prison for a few days, I think, for it.
Oh, yeah.
She was 40 when she starred in her first film, and these days it's something to have a 40-year-old woman being sexual on screen in a legitimate film. I hasten
Yeah,
to add.
of course.
You know,
Absolutely.
she's so yeah.
I don't know. Come on, Snoopy. Let's get a move on.
Mm.
I am working from home tomorrow, and I am so looking forward to it.
Lovely.
I'm going to spend my day working and listening to to the podcast again.
I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. And then not next week, but the week after that, I'm off every day apart from Monday, and then the next week I'm only in on the Thursday. So I've almost got 2 weeks off,
Oh yeah.
which is nice. I heard something snort.
Oh, fuck's sake! It was attacking me. It was actually attacking me.
I will avenge you.
Yeah, but I shot something in the water, thinking it might have been one of my one. But I didn't get a proper look at it. Yeah, I've got the week after next off, and I'm quite looking forward to it. But
Yeah.
no, tomorrow, highlight of my day tomorrow will definitely be until the evening when I am hanging out with my partner, of course. Highlight of my working day tomorrow will probably be um, listening to the podcast whilst
So
I'm working.
you got 25% of that one.
I'm not surprised. Oh, I am going to have to be back shortly.
Okay, I guess I'm covering it while Jordan
Yeah, I can't even hear you. Back in the
empties himself. Never really know what to talk about these things. You know what? We'll be back in a sec. Well, Jordan's cleared some space.
Yep.
So, back to it. What have you learned?
Not.
No, I didn't think so.
Look, my stomach is notoriously irritable at times. Anyway, I'm not too concerned about this. Isn't It's just how it is. And that's fine. I've learned to live with it. I could take mitigating circumstances, but I don't because I don't get want to. I'll take a few, you know, nervy days for the sake of enjoying the food I eat.
Where's your child?
He's in the living room.
All right. Well, it just occurred to me he hasn't said anything on camera. Usually he
What?
pops in and you say 5 minutes. Go to bed at this time.
Well, at the moment, he's allowed to go to bed at like 10 p.m. because it's the holidays, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So
The
you know,
jammy bugger. I can't go to bed at 10 o'clock on the holiday
yeah, well,
because I'm old.
you can't handle it. I watched a TV show recently,
Did you?
one that you might have some actual interest in.
Oh my god.
It's called Ratched.
Oh, is this the Nurse Ratched prequel thing?
It is indeed, starring. What do you know?
No.
Sarah Paulson.
Oh, I like Sarah Paulson.
It also has Finn Wittrock, who is also of American Horror Story fame. Not that that's all they've ever done, but that's probably where the two are probably most famous for having both been at the same time.
Oh yeah, American.
Um,
Yes, Ryan Murphy Hughes, I guess, is Sarah Paulson. She pops up in a lot of stuff.
and Amanda Plummer is also in it.
She rings a bell. Is she Christopher
She
Plummer's
is.
daughter?
I don't know, but she's probably her most famous scene is "If any one of you fuckers move, I'll execute every last fucking one
Oh,
of you,"
it's Pulp
or whatever the line
Fiction,
actually
Honey
is.
Bunny or whatever.
That is her.
Hmm.
So yeah, she was that, and she was fucking mental in it.
Hmm.
But she was also in one of the Hunger Games films, which I saw her and I thought I could swear that's Amanda Plummer, and I looked it up and she absolutely was Amanda
Is she the old lady
Plummer.
with the
Anyway,
long hair?
in
The
Hunger
Hunger
Games,
Games, yeah.
yeah, who wasn't quite all there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, which I think she plays quite well. She wasn't quite all there in this either.
That's a very well. I suppose she wasn't all there in Pulp Fiction, was she?
It's different though, isn't it, when you're playing a criminal,
Yeah.
like just to someone doing robbery.
Loud,
Maybe
crazy, or just sort of weirdly detached crazy.
yeah. In Ratched, sort of weirdly detached.
I you see,
No, it wasn't a very good show.
yeah, I sort of disagree with those prequels as a rule. Really, we don't need to know how Nurse Ratched got why she is the way she is. There's no point. She just represents uh, a person with a great deal of power in a limited world.
Hmm.
It's that sort of harsh authority figure who just exists to
Well,
make your life hell.
in this, they only did one season because it got cancelled out. She, at the end of it, she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
We find out that she was orphaned, that her and her foster brother were fudged so that they both had the same last name, so they could pretend to be actual brother and sister. And then they were forced by foster families to do inappropriate things to one another. So that explains why she's fucked up on none of it, but also it provides you don't need an explanation for it. Sometimes people are just fucked up, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes an arsehole is just an arsehole.
Yeah,
You know,
you don't need to make them a sympathetic character. Sometimes you need to hate them, and the minute you add nuance to it, add a bit of depth to it, suddenly depth isn't always less is more sometimes.
well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, well, I'll give you an example of something that's close to my heart. Kill Bill. You know,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about it today actually, and I think about it quite often. There's a load of questions in that film that are never answered and don't need to be answered. Like, we have no idea why Hattori Hanzo stopped making swords because of Bill and why he holds his grudge. We don't know why Bill and Bud aren't talking. You know, there's other things as well. I know. Um, we don't know these things. Uh,
We don't know if the kid ever grew up to try and get revenge.
well, yeah. I mean, that's a whole different topic. Kill Bill 3. I don't know even if I'm in favour of that. But the point
You
is,
shouldn't be in favour of that. It'd be a ridiculous idea.
well, you could do it. I mean, the thing writes itself,
I mean, it does, yeah, but
and
it
it's
doesn't
got
mean you should do it.
and it's got a theme as well about how revenge is a never-ending cycle and how this thing is just going to keep on
If
going.
if they do it,
They
the
won't.
only way I want them to do it is as something that happens on screen in within the next and final Tarantino film. Something
Yeah,
that see on a screen
that's
rather than it being a
well, that's what I was thinking today. Actually, not quite that, but I was sort of thinking that Kill Bill 3 should be like a trailer within his next movie or something.
hmm.
Or maybe there's a scene where Quentin, it's really self-referential and Quentin Tarantino is in it, and he's in that movie. He's making Kill Bill 3, and you see clips of it or something like that. What did you do? Oh,
Sort of like how at the start of I was in the water. I
sorry.
forgot to
The
put in the
last
water.
thing that popped up was
Um,
that guy was knocked out.
yeah, I was
All right.
because I went into a deep part of the water and I didn't like it.
Uh,
Sort of like the start of Tropic Thunder, then, where you have the main actors in it in trailers and adverts for things that they're in character that their characters have done in universe. So you have I can't think who it is, but you've got Robert Downey Jr. in something as a character, and you've got Ben Stiller as Simple Jack in an advert for that, and
or
so
like, or
it's
like,
that sort of idea.
yeah, or like Grindhouse, which I haven't seen, but I've heard. I know that it's got like trailers for Grindhousey movies. Like they got a load of uh, other,
Machete.
yeah, they got a load of other directors to make trailers for sort of grindhousey, pulpy films. Like one of them has Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu, um,
Hmm.
things like that.
See, I've seen Death Proof, but I've not seen the other half
Mm.
because it was two films, two full length films, wasn't it? Death Proof was one of them. I can't remember what the other one was. Was it Planet Terror or something?
Yeah, that rings. Yeah, I think it was. I don't. I've,
Woman with a gun on her leg or whatever
yeah,
it
I've,
is. I've not watched that.
yeah, real exploitation film type stuff. Well, grindhouse.
See, I feel like we need more of that, but with modern day ethics.
I don't know. Well, maybe. I think what you're looking for is character in film, rather than just corporate
Yeah, maybe.
product,
Yeah, I suppose you're probably right.
which does exist, but
Everything feels like corporate product at the moment, doesn't it?
yeah.
Death by committee style. Although that said, we have had a new top 10 opening box office weekend movie this last week.
Oh.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
Oh.
It is, or last I saw, it was the sixth top box office weekend in history.
What an original idea. Just, I'm so fucking
It
bored
was.
of comic book movies.
It's a highly anticipated film starring two respected actors, one of which basically built the Deadpool image. Like
Oh
it's
god,
something he's
yeah.
been passionate about for fucking ages. He
Yeah.
wanted to do ages and ages ago, and he
Yeah.
fought for it and he's made it, and it's been a
And
success.
he was
So
famous. He was.
I'm reluctant. I'm reluctant to get too arsy about it, personally.
Well, I'm not getting arsy about that bit. I think Ryan Reynolds deserves a lot of credit for that. I mean, I think I can't remember the film, but it was like Wolverine
Yeah,
That
X Men Origins Wolverine.
yeah, that Deadpool made his first appearance in, And he only agreed to it because otherwise somebody else would have played the character, and he figured that might be his last chance. But the character of Deadpool in that is like radically fucking different.
And it's fucking awful. Yeah,
Yeah.
they make a joke about it in the second Deadpool. I've not seen it, but I'm pretty sure they go back in time and kill that Deadpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's apparently it's the sixth best box office opening in history and the best ever R-rated box office opening.
You know what the most profitable? I think the most profitable, biggest box office hit film uh, with inflation is, or something.
No, not when you factor in inflation. I know Barbie did fucking good.
Gone with the Wind.
Really?
Yeah, Gone with the Wind was huge. It was a hugely anticipated movie adaptation of a very popular book at the time, and it's been out for fucking ages,
Which helps.
which does help. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If someone buys a ticket to watch it now, right?
Mm.
Just for argument's sake, do they use now rates or do they use old rates and convert it to now rate for that?
They use narrator as a moose over there if you want it.
Thank you.
You
Let's
weren't
follow that.
particularly patient there, were you?
I was happy enough with the shots.
Mm.
I think I shot it in the gum hole.
It's not the only comic book news we've got, is it?
Well, I've got a little bit more on that one.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Because of how
Oh, fuck
much
it,
of a
Doug.
success and how well anticipated that film has been,
Fuck, no.
the video game that came out 9 years ago has been selling again. There are no digital downloads available for this, so it is a physical copies only purchase.
Oh, I bet.
And someone sold a copy for £300
Yeah, I bet the scalpers
last
are
week.
fucking fortune off that.
Absolutely. So yeah, apparently the cheapest you could have got it for £9, and now it's selling for ridiculous amounts of money. PS4 version, of course. But anyway, yes. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah,
Comic book. Would this
more.
be Doctor Doom by any chance?
Yes, Doctor. Well, there's a Doctor Doom movie or a Fantastic Four movie, and Doctor Doom came on stage at Comic Con and removed his mask to reveal he would be played by none other than Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, it was already come up in this conversation.
Yes, he was Iron
Yes.
Man, wasn't he?
He was indeed Iron Man. I'm a bit surprised that one has to assume that they just chucked a whole load of money at him again.
Yeah.
Because you'd think he'd be bored of the whole comic book thing.
Well,
but
he
again,
might.
if
He might be
paying the
bored.
bills-
He might be bored with Iron Man, but he gets to play a villain now, which is, different and a little bit more interesting. And it's obvious, as you say, it's been hugely fucking profitable for him. And he's a popular actor for that franchise.
Yeah, who'd have thought that however many years ago he'd have been getting done for whatever it was he got done for?
I don't know.
Drunk driving, maybe.
Well,
That's a point, actually.
heard
Yeah,
that
I've got to on that.
I've heard there's skeletons in his closet of a child sexual abuse nature.
You hear that about everyone.
Not everybody.
Enough people that it's basically everyone.
Well, you've seen the state of the fucking world these days.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Well, there you go. Go on then. Who got done drunk driving or whatever?
Well, it's rather that it wasn't actually a DUI. Justin Timberlake apparently wasn't actually being charged with as a DUI.
What was he being
That
charged
wasn't
with?
the issue. I can't remember.
Bringing sexy back, was it?
What is the charge?
Yes.
No, a succulent sexy back. No, I can't remember what it was, but apparently it wasn't actually booked under a DUI. That's what came out. So it's important to, if you hang to the left a little bit, you might sign some blood there, and if you do, follow it, and you can have the thing.
I don't want it.
Well, tough shit. I'm saying to have it.
Well, I don't want.
I can take it,
I
bitch.
don't need your charity. I'm comfortably ahead.
Oh, I have to live with yours, do I? Oh, do you want to take this one, Jordan? and to live with your offcuts, do I? Your rejects. Yes is a complete sentence, Ben. Feel free to say it.
He's an arse, isn't he?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know what to do without me, so
Yeah, I
you'd
would.
be miserable without me.
I'm fine with that. I can live without you.
You'd be miserable without me.
Nah, I'd manage.
You've had a taste of the Jordan.
Ugh.
Not in that sense.
No,
Oh, Snoopy.
I could manage. I just make a very disturbing scarecrow, and
Hey, I found it. Lovely stuff. Trophy rating 119.3. One shot. Flesh and intestines. 600 bucks.
I suppose
Oh, wait.
do you use Proactis at work?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, it's just
No.
it's a software we use to put orders on. I just wondered. I was using it today.
No, I don't.
Wouldn't mind some training on it. Anyway.
What would you do without me?
Whoa.
Oh, there's only one person. Yeah. I'm rapidly running out of topics, so if you could, I don't know,
What?
present one, that'd be great.
Well, I've only got a few left.
Oh,
I don't have many coming into this, but I guess I'll talk about my big news, I guess. My new video came out
it did.
about the Emmerdale plane
Well,
crash.
it's not news to me, but okay.
And you and my other friend, you had very contrasting reactions to this news.
I'm not really sure that this other friend exists because I've never met them, so I'm gonna have to
You
assume
have.
they're not true. Have I?
You have. They came to your house when they were female or identified as female. They came to your house and brought them in. You made a joke about us dating, which I knew you were going to make and piss me off.
I don't remember that, but okay, carry on.
Yes. Well, you had to be told. Which I mean, I'm going to preempt you and say I don't think that's unreasonable, but.
No, it's not unreasonable.
No.
But you might have to tell me. I don't live my entire fucking life.
Oh,
no, it's very reasonable.
All right, Jesus Christ. I know. I hoped we could get through that without you going on a little tangent, but hey ho.
Well, the fact that you
Here
felt
comes
the need
another.
To say it,
there we go.
That someone might think the fact that you had to say it means someone might think that it was unreasonable that you'd need to tell me something had happened.
Nobody's
I was going to find out if you hadn't said anything.
You done? You done?
What's his second?
All right. Well, yeah. After you had to be reminded, you just went okay, and my other friend was very excited and went new video, new video, new video, unprompted. But it's done very well, comparatively speaking.
Well, I don't count for any of those views. You're welcome.
Okay, that's fine. I look forward to your reaction in 6 months' time.
Well, actually, that's not entirely true. I probably do count as one. So I went on to see if you've had any more shitty comments.
You will watch it. I know you'll watch it because you're a good person.
I will at some point. But the thing is, I don't want you to. I don't necessarily need you to tell. I want you to tell me when. Because A, I knew that you'd finished it, so it wasn't going to be long anyway. B, I'll fucking get to it when I get to it.
God, you're exhausting. Yes, I know.
I don't tell you when my shit gets published, do
I? Yes, it's.
I did another music video. Are you going to read that?
God. No, probably.
No, good. I don't expect you to.
Oh my God.
Do you want to know when the next one is?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, good. Fair enough. I won't tell you then.
Thank you. Yes. So at this stage, after 5 days and 10 hours, well, it tells you where videos were in the state at this point, view wise, and my last highest viewed video at this point was the Sharingay one, which had 1.3 thousand views. It's 1,300.
And it's now about 3,500. This one.
No higher.
I said about.
Well, I wouldn't say this is. It's 4,000.
Okay, well, when I was on YouTube before, it said 3 point something. So
Okay.
I went with 3.5 because I figured that was close enough.
Well, it's at 4,000 now, which is really
Okay.
good. I mean, it's it's got 2,700 views more than the previous thing. It's brought in a decent bit of money, which is nice, and I got a lot of comments. But as I said to you, some of them are pretty shitty. I say some of them are pretty shitty. I got like 3 people mentioning the fact that I got the name of the village as it was before it was Emmerdale wrong. I misheard it and misread it as Beckinsdale. It's apparently Beckendale. And I don't, I get stuff wrong. I'm only human. Uh,
Barely. I
yeah.
mean, yes, you are.
What pisses me off is the tone. Because they don't write a comment saying, oh, it's actually the minor mistake. The village is Beckendale, not Beckinsdale, or, you were wrong. You got that wrong. I've gotten several comments where they've just written Beckendale. That's all they've written.
Yeah, well,
One person posted one comment saying Beckendale. I think the other one will write, well, if you can't even get the name of the village right, I'm not watching. And I just think that's really cunty.
How far in do they have to get to find out the name?
I mentioned it in the introduction.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Um,
Because what you could do is you could change the video slightly, recut it, leave it right towards the end, and then see it and say it.
I still will. It's just, but you see where I'm coming from, don't you?
No, absolutely, I
It's
completely
just such
understand.
a. It's the tone. I don't mind being criticised for mistakes. I do make them, and it's perfectly legitimate. But there's just something about that that's so holier than thou. Like you have presented your work to me, and it's not good enough. I dismiss you. You got this wrong. How dare you? It's like fuck you. I put a lot of effort into that, and a lot of research went into it. And I think it's a good video. And for some fucking dweeb on the internet to just post a one-word comment, dismissing it out of hand, essentially, really fucks me off.
3,990. It says.
Oh, not for me. For me, it's 4,024. Though it is leveling off considerably. I feel it's going to grow a little more and then sort of grind to a halt. You know. Um,
What a legend! Just appears out of nowhere and drops the best soap analyses on the platform every time.
yeah, see, it's a textbook thing where I like those comments and I like seeing them, but then when the bad ones come up, I sort of fixate on those. And I've got some lovely
This,
comments.
this is an incredible video. It made me go watch the lead up to the main story and then the aftermath. Just before the video got speaking about the actual plane crash.
Yeah. See, that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, so get over the fact that there's a couple of shit people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
And,
It doesn't help that what the last comment I received on this channel as of right now is some fucking dickhead saying Beckendale. I'm probably feeling very self-righteous about themselves.
well, you got to remember, I've been there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you have just got to get over it.
Oh no, I know I sound hung up over it. It's not making me depressed or anything. Um, it just pisses me off. I think it's a good video, and a lot of people clearly feel exactly the same. You know, I got a couple of new patrons. A £1 patron and a £3 patron, which means there's now 3 people voting.
Patron. What do you mean
Patrons,
patron?
patron, Patreon supporter, whatever. You know what I mean?
It's patron
Mm.
on Patreon.
Mm.
It's what's going on here? Why am I getting?
I'm glad I resisted the urge to reply to these fuckers.
Good, you should.
Because part of me was like, I'm gonna be a real dick. At least they're not complaining about the fact I got Dan and Angie's fucking names wrong because I couldn't be asked to watch the fucking video.
Well, people are bastards. I've dealt with it before myself. It's a pain in the ass.
You
The
can
best thing to do is not deal with them.
sum up these people's accomplishments on the back of a fucking stamp. Oh, there's a dead. Oh, no, that's a bush.
And you're all excited then about a bush.
Been a while.
What are you, a 70s porn director?
Ah! Oh shit, it's running away.
So anyway, I was a little concerned I was going to find a dead body on.
What's the context behind that?
Well, this is a roller coaster of a story. And I didn't write it down because I forgot about writing it down. So this is an extra topic I hadn't planned for.
I may have hit. Oh no, I didn't. That's yours. That's all yours. I don't think I
Are you
even hit.
sure?
Yeah, I did hit one, but it's dead in this
It's just
bush.
fallen over. It's just fallen over dead. So I am going to take that.
Yeah, that is yours. That was a separate second here. Go on then.
If you didn't hit it at all, I'm very impressed that my half-hearted shot killed it that quickly.
Did I hit it?
I don't know. I've not got to it yet.
Mm.
Give me a minute. So my son was being watched by his great grandmother on Tuesday.
Yeah. How old is she?
You did hit this. You got it 55% on
Oh, did I?
left metatarsus.
Oh right.
When I hit it in the intestines in the pelvis, which looks like it was right in the butt. So you got the majority of that one.
That's all right.
Yeah, so she's in her 80s now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, just after 8 o'clock, knowing that she was, I later found out, been talking to the neighbours about having Henry over.
Hmm.
So it was a very much she was expecting me that morning sort of situation.
Hmm.
And when I get there, she's not answering the door.
Uh-oh.
So I knock, and there's no answer. The neighbour comes out. She's like, have you tried to get a hold of her? Like, are you knocked? And I'm like, yeah, I've knocked. I know she's expecting me. Yeah, we know she's expecting you. And then another neighbour comes out, and one of them shouts in through her back stairs up.
Yeah.
Because shouts her name, and then someone's like, "Oh, give her a ring." So I rang her twice. No answer.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a bit nervous because 80 odds.
Yeah.
It's been hot. Hot has been a problem for elderly people.
They don't like it, do they? The elderly.
They don't like it hot. Some do. They don't.
They melt.
They do. I mean, they look like they're melting anyway. Half
like racist ice creams
or candles.
Yeah.
Anyway,
racist candle. Yeah.
So I ring a family member and be like, "Look, I can't. She's not answering the door. I can't get in. Do you have a key?" They immediately panic because again, she's getting on, and it's one of those things where that's not normal behaviour.
Mm.
Just after I finish on the phone, she pokes her head out the upstairs curtains and looks down at us all like, "What's going on?"
Was she playing a practical joke?
It looks like I'm overreacting. No, she reckons she'd heard the noise, but she didn't realise it was for her, despite the fact that she shouted her fucking name. So an upstairs window of a room that she was in.
She was fucking with you. She's an old lady. It's all she's got, really.
So yeah, there was a bit of a panic, and then I obviously had to make the phone call and say, "No, it's fine. She's fine." But I was a little concerned that I was going to end up finding a dead body, which I think is, given the circumstances, a reasonable concern to have at the time.
Oh god, yeah. The amount of times when I was living with my nan, I came down the stairs and she was she was sitting in that chair with her eyes closed, sleeping, and I thought,
and her mouth open.
Yeah, and I thought, oh fuck, this is it. No, she just snoozed, and then she just snored. I was like, oh okay, it's fine. Yeah. She's not dead. I don't have to make that call, you know.
But no, I was a bit concerned. I was late to work that day.
Yeah.
Which I think, again, perfectly reasonable.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been.
Well, I messaged my direct boss and I was like, "Look, she's not answering the door. I mean, I'm getting a little bit worried. I'm going to be late." And she was like, "Just keep me in the loop." So when I found out, I didn't say anything else until I got into the office. Because at that point, I'm actually better off just getting into the office and saving. But yeah, there was a panic. When I got there, it turns out the phone that I'd rang was her mobile, which she has turned off overnight. Not her house phone, which I've got both saved on my phone. The trouble is they're both under the same contact, and it doesn't ask me which one to ring. It just rings the first one, and the first one is the mobile because, of course, it's a phone. Right?
Yeah.
Every other person on the planet, if you ring them, they're more likely to answer a mobile than a house phone. Right?
We don't even have a landline.
I don't have a landline anymore. It's pointless. They're redundant. But she's old, so I should factor it.
Yeah, my nans have a landline.
So yeah, that's like I say, that was a bit of a panic. Understandable panic.
Oh.
I didn't want to find a dead body. I'd rather it not be her if I did.
Who would you rather it be?
I don't know. My own.
I'd like to find Jimmy Hoffa.
What? So you can be famous and be all like, "Oh, this is Jimmy."
Yeah, I discovered Jimmy Hoffa's body.
DB Cooper.
Oh, that's a good one. I like the idea that he just plummeted.
Probably still holding the money.
Yeah, I like the idea that he just plummeted into the fucking earth. Because DB Cooper is really interesting because he seems like such a cool guy until you realise that he absolutely fucked that up. Because it was what? Oh, because he jumped late at night in really bad conditions with. I think one of the parachutes he took was a dummy one. You know.
Yeah.
What's gooch?
I think it's that bit between the butt and the front genitals.
Right.
I think you would probably know it as the taints.
Right. Or the Bamberg Gap.
I'm just going to nod and agree.
Leaving reserve to...
Define gooch.
Bamberg Gap is the place we just entered.
Yes. But slang for the perineum, the area between the anus and genitals. It's also known as the taint.
Will man be goblin? Are you really that guy? The one and only. You've made a friend. Gosh.
I won't finish typing that then.
You never put what?
I won't finish typing that.
What were you going to type?
I'd say the same, but my gooch ain't getting gobbled. It's a pleasure.
It makes you sound like some sort of criminal. Although so does Gooch Goblin, in fairness.
Gobbles that gooch. Actually, that is a conscientious lover.
Well, it sounds like something like an urban legend about something that lives inside there.
Oh, it's the spooky gooch goblin.
You never know.
See, I deliberately spelled it wrong because now it means I wanted to make the emphasis fact that they are. I consider them a friend.
Very clever psychological games.
Yeah, you see. And if they ever see this video, the effect will be lost.
Yes, don't peek behind the curtain. It's like when Belle Delphine revealed all her pretty clever marketing tactics for bringing in the neckbeards.
Have you ever seen any of her videos?
No.
I've seen the ones on Pornhub.
Well, she never did anything. That was sort of her thing, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. It's basically.
It was all the appeal of one day she might, and then she had the ingenious idea of selling a bathwater, and then she disappeared for a bit and came back. And I remember, I can't remember where I saw it, but she did that. She did an interview with somebody where she basically sorry.
Louis Theroux.
No, it was somebody else. It was like a YouTube personality where she basically explained all of her cunning. I fucked that up. All of her cunning tricks of the trade. And suddenly everybody was like, "Hang on a minute, she's not really uh, a perfect gamer girl. She was using me all along."
Oh no. She knows for secret cheat codes to getting our money off us.
I mean, I have to admire somebody
Actually,
like that.
oh no, absolutely. You know, it's people want a certain thing, and sometimes by not doing the thing, you're actually making it easier to sell it.
Well, yeah, yeah. You
Because like, say suppose she does an interracial thing, yeah, which is a very popular thing, and she is a white woman. A lot of people would want to see her getting digged down by a black guy. It's just a way of thinking. But the
okay?
minute
That's
you do
taken a
that,
turn.
the minute you do that, you automatically exclude a portion of the population from being able to relate to that exact moment.
Okay, that's not the way I would have gone with that.
No, but
Uh,
it's true.
well, my sort of point would be that she all this thing, all this thing, all this thing. Yeah, I definitely hit that. I'm sure I hit that. Was that she managed to be sexual without being sexual, and she conjured up a lot of interest in the idea that she might do something like that.
Mm,
And a lot of people wanted to see that,
yeah.
but she never did and was never going to, for whatever reason of her own, which is probably well warranted.
Less is more.
That's the trick. She, God bless her, she knew her audience. I can't imagine she's not a millionaire. I'm sure she is.
Oh, almost certainly.
She did,
Almost
you
certainly.
know, very clever.
Mm.
She played an absolute blinder.
Yeah, I would clarify. The only reason I ended up looking at her videos was to see if I could utilize them in any way for captions back in captioning days.
Sure.
Because there's always the possibility that they could have been used for it, but they just weren't. They weren't appropriate for my style.
I don't think I did hit that.
So yeah.
Hmm. Oh, don't do that. Although I suppose it is only fair.
Well, yeah, because Gooch Goblin could be like, well, actually, I renounced the Gooch.
Oh, that's very good of Gooch Goblin, isn't it? Oh God, I can't imagine anything worse.
Well, I mean, as long as you're living on Earth, you ain't got to worry.
Well, actually, no, I can imagine rather a lot worse. You should go for it.
I noticed I also picked another year that there'd actually be a presidential election in America.
Quick thinking.
Yeah, it wasn't just a throwaway joke. I mean, it was a throwaway joke, but I did it. The number was picked.
Well, it also sort of suggests that America is in command of the moon or something, or we're following American electoral dates or something.
Well, it's easier to have them all on the same year, isn't it? Complete upending of all political systems at the same time. Job done. See how it pans out. I got to mention Nazi gold today.
Did you?
I did, and it doesn't come up very often. The opportunity to do something like that, but I was a bit vague about it. So someone occasionally there's been
Which hub?
it would be it's only the porn number they call that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. There's no YouTube hub then, is there? Ring that bell. Jerk that. Oh, heavens. Gooch that goblin. Goblin that. Whatever.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. So no, someone mentioned there's occasionally a bit of drama in the office, and one of the managers considers herself to be Switzerland.
Oh yeah.
And I said, well, the thing about Switzerland is that they've got nice chocolate there. And there was a bit of a chat about chocolate, and how she'd applied for a job at Lind or Lint or whatever, however you pronounce it, the chocolate company.
Yeah.
She didn't get it, but they. And then afterwards, I was like, they've also got a lot of gold, but it's not really rare.
Right.
and that was basically, she sort of agreed with me, and then we carried on with the other conversation that we were going to have.
I had a very similar conversation once with my team leader, where I can't remember what the situation was, but she said she was going to be neutral in the situation. I said, "Oh, like Switzerland with your cuckoo clocks and your Nazi gold." She's the sort of person who she laughed at that. She chuckled. She thought it was amusing, or she pretended to think it was amusing. I don't know. I think she's just getting through it to retirement a lot of the time. I think she's just pretty chill, going along with it. A few more years, then she can be done with this.
I think most people are just pushing through to retirement.
Mm.
Let's be honest. If it was soon for us, we would be.
Oh god, yeah, I'm coasting my arse off those last few years.
Some of us are coasting our asses off now.
No, I work very hard.
I also work very hard, but not so much this week because there's not been a massive amount to do this week. It's one of the down weeks, and I am enjoying it whilst it lasts because next week we're covering for 2 people, which means that my Tuesday and Wednesday are probably going to be quite rough. And then the week after that, I'm off. And then the week after that, I have a week to do 2 weeks worth.
Well,
so I'm going to be quite stressed that week. And I'm going to try and avoid being too stressed that week if I can help it.
We're
I'm enjoying it now whilst I can.
Well, yes, we're leading into September. This is our major, for our team, this is our major low point. A quiet time, and then September is big for everybody, of course, because students are back. And then we're into UCAS and parents' evening for tail end of the year, early start of the year. That all sort of comes to a close in January. That's our real peak point, really, September through January, to varying extents, but that's when shit tends to really happen. But we'll get through it, as we always do.
We're coming up to a peak period, and then we'll be solid pretty much for, in terms of the company, we'll be solid pretty much right up until about 2 months ago next year. So, yeah, not looking forward to that.
What did you see?
I was a bit shaky. It looked like a raccoon.
Yeah, or a fox. I think there was a fox around here earlier. That may have been it.
Whatever it was, I don't think I hit it.
Do you ever watch these videos after the fact?
No.
Fair enough.
I'm in them. The only people who haven't seen Star Wars are the people who were doing Star Wars, and that's because they lived them. I don't need to.
Well, they went to the premiere.
The people in Star Wars, not the people that played the characters in Star Wars.
Oh,
Jesus.
Right. You were talking about
that's the point.
The pretend aliens, were you? Okay.
Yeah. I was on Reddit the other day in the Star Wars subreddit, and someone was talking about how they would redo all the stuff since Disney because it's all fucking terrible. And I did comment on it, and most other people commented on similar sort of veins. But my comment was along the lines of, I completely disagree with the premise of your argument. You're trying to fix something that you believe needs to be fixed, but completely ignores the fact that there are people out there who like what has been produced.
I meant to tell you, I don't know whether I did. I can't remember who said it, but I encountered somebody else in my life who recommended Rogue One.
Oh, are you going to watch it now that they've said it?
No.
I'm going to explain that joke, actually.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Our viewer. Because nearly over a year ago, or getting on for a year ago, I presented a list of possible games that Ben might want to play as part of our 2-player video gaming. Because, believe it or not, this is a penultimate video of this series. Next week will be our last one for a while. We'll probably come back to it at some point.
They release apparently in December and July, I think, or June.
So for now, this is for the next to last video. Next week is the last one.
Alas.
So we need to find another game. I flagged this up 2 weeks ago, so Ben had time to actually decide on a game. he has picked a game from that list, which is fantastic. Apart from the fact he didn't do it because it was on the list, he did it because he asked a colleague for game suggestions and they suggested it. So why, Ben? Why, pray tell, was their opinion worth more than mine?
It wasn't.
Considering all the time that we spent together and how many times I've suggested it, and the fact that I'd already fucking bought.
Actually, they also just suggested another game which might be good called Stardew Valley. That might be
Oh,
a
did
good.
they really?
That might be.
You're doing this deliberately to piss me off. Did they actually suggest it?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, well, there we go. Do you want to blow that one as well now?
I actually. Yeah, the way they said it actually did make me think that might be another good bet.
You see, it
It's
would be.
not your fault. This is. It's not. Look at me.
How many years
Look
have
at
you
me.
known me, then?
It's
No,
not.
I'm walking away.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Fucking back away. Back away, goddammit.
I.
You got to understand where I come from with it, right?
Yeah, I do.
These are both games that I've suggested previously because they would work. They would be fantastic. They would do the job.
Yeah.
And you have declined both of them previously, even after we bought you one of them.
Well, look. I had my reservations. Put it that way, right?
You know. What did you have to
Uh,
lose? What did you have to lose by
I
playing
think.
CFP?
I think it's because you're. I look. I get to. You have your games that you play, and I see you play them, and none of
Yeah.
them really grab me all that much. I mean, I'll watch them, but I don't have much interest in playing any of them.
Well, no, but I wouldn't recommend those to you because they're not your sort of game.
Well, we'll give it. I mean,
I'm not suggesting games that I know you
hang on,
love.
hang
I'm
on.
suggesting games that I think you'll like.
Hold fire a minute, because I seem to recall when you suggested Sea of Thieves, I was quite positive about the idea in general. I mean,
Yes, you were, and then all of a sudden you backed out of the idea
well, you know what I'm like.
after we bought it.
I'm interchangeable, and
It's like the fact that we went through the trouble of getting you the game and then you changed your mind and now you want to do it because someone else has suggested it. That stinks.
it's not because somebody else. Well, you know, I've forgotten about it.
There's the list. The list that we pinned.
I don't check the list. What do you take me
Well,
for?
what's the point? What is the point of having the list pinned if you're not going to check the list?
Well, I forgot it existed.
Oh, well, the list exists then. Don't
All
forget
right.
that.
Well, I'll have to check
But
that.
do you want to know something? The list, genuinely, do you know how far down on that list Sea of Thieves is?
Second.
Third. Third on the list, and the only reason it's the second one that isn't crossed off because the second one on the list is Keep Calm and No One Explodes, which after much deliberation was a game you decided to play. You know what else was on that list? Viscera Cleanup Detail, and you actually enjoyed that one.
I did enjoy it. Wouldn't go
So
back
why
to
the
it for a
fuck
little
you
while.
couldn't? Why the fuck you wouldn't just trust my idea on this?
Look, it takes an awful lot for me to do something. You know, I've got to sell myself, man. You can say what you like. I need to persuade myself.
Yeah, well, you know, it just it stings. Okay?
It's nothing personal. I trusted you.
It stings is all.
I trusted your judgment. It wasn't like I thought, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and somebody else said it was good, and I thought, oh well, then it must be good. You know, it was just one more voice in the choir or whatever saying.
We will get to sail a boat together, Ben. One of us can steer, and one of us can manage the sails, and one of us can sort the anchor, and
I have a horrible
one of us can man the cannons.
feeling you're gonna. Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
going to leave you behind.
No, I know you're not going to leave me behind. I just think that
And I'll be very sympathetic towards you
I don't.
because the puzzle on the first proper mission is that you can do is actually quite fucking complicated.
Oh, we're not doing missions, are we?
Well, it's like a story to follow.
Well, I don't really like doing stories.
It's sails to play. It's like sail to this place, do this thing, sail to this other place, do that thing.
Well, it'll probably be like Raph, where I just chill the fuck out.
Or what I sail the ship and then you.
Well, I don't think you'd let me sell the ship, would you?
Of course, I'd let you sail the ship. It's part of the inherent pirating experience. I'll let you sail the ship while I play Bosun Bill on the stern.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
Is that what you
Although, I
call
tell
it?
you what,
Is that what you call it,
tell
Bosun
you-
Bill?
there was a funny moment earlier at work today.
Yeah.
Where there was an issue with misunderstanding between myself and me and someone else, and we both apologized to each other, and they said, no, it's not you, it's me. I said, I'm not used to hearing that. Normally it's the other way around.
I don't get it.
It's not you, it's me. The other way around would be, it's not me, it's you.
Right. Like
And
breakup?
well, typically it's not you, it's me. It's a breakup phrase.
Yeah.
It's one of those cliche breakup phrases.
Yes, I'm just
So I was
marching the
suggesting
right.
that
A thing, a
I was
thing, a thing, a
suggesting.
thing, a thing.
Good God.
Fucked that up, didn't I? Getting dark, isn't it? Can we get a time reset? Yeah, sure thing, Gooch. Ask him when for. I'll do it for him. Because it's a bit dark.
We will be off soon because we've been going about an hour and a half, ignoring the.
11 a.m. it is. Hmm. Choo choo.
Your dog's still here.
Not for long.
Oh my God, he popped out of existence.
Thank you. When did you say 11? I like the cutter gooch goblins gib. Jib.
I like the cut of your jib.
Right. Well, one last favour to Mr. Goblin.
Oh my God, I'm blinded.
Yeah, oh well.
Well, how do you feel about how do you feel about the fact that this is for?
Sad.
Yeah.
We'll probably just. I mean, have you enjoyed this so far?
Yeah, but all right.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's been good.
I'm looking forward to killing some crocodiles next week.
Yeah,
Hang out on the beach,
walking up and down the beach, shooting crocodiles.
sipping a mai tai.
Yeah, we'll finish where we started essentially. And yeah,
Mm.
which yeah, yeah. This is a game I really like, and I'm genuinely quite sad to finally be coming to an end to it after I played through it all on my own, and then always played through it all with you. So
Dragged me along.
yeah, with that in mind, we'll hello, a happy Bamps. With that in mind, we'll see you on the next one of these, where we'll finally finish off our hunting trip.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.